Hey YouTube, well, welcome to the channel. Today we are out for some throttle therapy. Name is Rich. The name of the channel is Rich the Return Rider. For all you folks that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all of you folks that are return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For the folks that already subscribed to the channel, appreciate the support. For you folks that haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, hit that subscribe button. It takes nothing off you just to hit that button. It is free, so we could continue to bring you some of this content. So this is my channel on my journey back into riding motorcycles after being away for 20 plus years. I am out today on my 2019 Honda Goldwing Ruby and have made my decision to start working on this motorcycle myself. Now, part of that decision comes from starting out with a little U-turn. Comes from my experience, guys, on the purchase of this motorcycle and some of the experience that I have had dealing with these dealerships. Now, I've recently done a video talking about the replacement of the tires on this Goldwing. And I'm here in Lake City, Florida. I'm going to be taking you through the back roads of Lake City here while we have this discussion. Going to my local Honda dealer to have the tires purchased and installed. Got the quote from him. Check out my last video before this where I had that discussion. But one of the things we also had a discussion about is the filter change. $68 part. That's going to run me probably about close to $500 in labor. Now, I've seen the videos. Oh, my saddlebag is open here, so let's close that bag. Alright, opportunity to practice another U-turn there. Not showing off, guys. Just been practicing enough to get comfortable making those turns. Encourage you guys to do the same thing. But anyway, folks. So yeah, but my concern when I went to the dealership is who's going to be working on this motorcycle to do all the disassembly and so forth, and do they know what the hell they're doing? We are pretty meticulous. Well, I'm meticulous about who works on my motorcycle, and do they know what they're doing? When I purchased this motorcycle, this is the 2019 purchased motorcycle a couple years ago. It was probably about a year old. Purchased it from in Gainesville, Florida. And the day that I went to pick the motorcycle up, the battery was dead. Looked like someone had left the accessories on, and it doesn't take much to kill the batteries with all the stuff that's on the Cadillac motorcycle or on the Honda Goldwing. And I'm sure that goes the same for many of the other bikes today. No problem, it happens. I decided I'll go take a long lunch and allow them to change the battery out. My fault, didn't ask questions on whether they were changing the battery out or whether they were charging the battery. Now, it looked like they put the motorcycle on some kind of a quick charge. Went back, picked the motorcycle out, purchased a helmet, didn't have a helmet at the time. I was happy to be out on my new ride. The wife was excited about this motorcycle. We had some plans on this being her bike at the time. We were happy to get the bike home. Supposed to be going to Daytona the morning after. Battery was dead again. So watch some videos on the removal of the battery. There's some plastic and stuff next to that battery that needs to be removed before you can access the battery. And as I was removing the plastic, realized that the plastic was broken. Now, I know I didn't break that plastic, so it was going to be a discussion for another time, but I took the battery out, took it to my local auto parts store to find out that the battery was no good. Now, of course, I can try to jump the battery, put it back on the motorcycle, take it back to them. Too much of a hassle. $200 later, I had myself, about $200 later, I had myself a new battery and I was ready to roll. Missed that day of Daytona, but hey, you know what? Things happen for a reason. At this stage of my life, I usually don't let a lot of things upset me or bother me. But the concern then was that broken plastic on the side. Told myself, you know what, if I go back to the dealership and I told them, hey guys, this plastic here was broken, they'll probably think, hey, while I was removing the battery, how we know you didn't break that plastic? Now, I gotta tell you, there's lots of parts available for this motorcycle online, and the plastic on it is one of the available things, especially in this ardent red color. No problem, replaced it, you know. But really feel like if you are purchasing $25,000, $30,000 motorcycle, used or otherwise, simply putting a new battery in it shouldn't be a problem. The broken plastic, it's a problem, but you know what? Hey, I'm easy. Got home, took my trip. One of the things that's great about this Honda Goldwing, guys, is it have cruise control. Well, in my case, I didn't have cruise control. Problem number 2. So took the motorcycle back to the Gainesville dealership, told them, hey man, the cruise control on this motorcycle does not work. Thought maybe I was doing something wrong that, you know. Well, came to the conclusion I was right. But at this specific shop, they didn't diagnose and work on this motorcycle, so I had to take it down to Ocala to the sister shop. Motorcycle was left there, unloaded it. The motorcycle was there for approximately a week. Did a whole video on that one, guys. I'm not going to get into detail. But when I went to see the motorcycle as they were waiting for the part that they thought was the problem, and I saw the disassembly of this motorcycle, I was like, oh my God. The mechanic did explain to me that, yeah, the disassembly of this motorcycle is a big deal. Spoke to a local repair shop that refused to work on these bikes. Honda Goldwings, and that's not just the Generation 6 guy, that's any Honda Goldwing. But no big deal. That guy also refused to work on my my Boulevard. Looked like the only thing that he was really comfortable with was Harley Davidson's. Not a problem. But again, after that motorcycle was there, disassembled for a while, and the part showed up, then for them to realize that that was the wrong part, cruise control still didn't work. I then had to pick the motorcycle up and take it into Jacksonville to another franchise store of theirs, where the bike was there again for a little bit of an extended time. But what they were waiting for there is for a Honda repair guy to come and work on the bike. Bike was still under warranty, no issue. Management, for the most part, was pretty nice about, you know, dealing with me and explaining to me, hey, this is just the process on any bike that we have now. If we gotta wait for parts, especially in this climate, it's gonna take a little while. Get the parts, the bike is gonna be down, you're not gonna be able to ride. Well, the bike had a hitch on it. Don't know if it was installed by the previous owner or whether it was installed by a dealership. But whoever installed that hitch, it was incorrectly installed and it was interfering with the electrical CAN bus system. Concern again, who's working on the bike? Do they know what the hell they're doing? So finally got that repaired, was happy with it. But one of the things that I realized is, as I have been to these different shops, including my local shop. Now my local shop don't even have the Generation 6 Honda Goldwing on their showroom or in their used lot areas. None of the other places that I have been to, when I look into the area, especially the one in Gainesville, the repair area, I can see the Harleys, I can see the Indians at the repair location, but I never see the Generation 6 Honda Goldwing. How do I know who's working on my motorcycle, and do they know what the hell they're doing? If I drop this bike off, is it going to be a guinea pig for the folks that's trying to work on it? My concern, folks. One of my friends said, hey man, you don't see the Honda at those places because your Honda doesn't need repairs. Now every bike, guys, we know need repairs, whether it is maintenance or whatever. You know, tire could blow out. Every bike needs some kind of repair. What I was looking for to add in the B-roll as I was putting this video together. I remember years ago as my brother and I is watching Formula One videos. They had a commercial of a Formula One car pulling into a pit stop. They changed the wheels. They changed the wheels on the car, and they put fuel in it. And that commercial was a commercial saying, here is your rare opportunity to see mechanics working on the Honda. And the car pulls out and gets back on track. Just had to throw that in there, guys. I thought it was funny because my brother, being a big Honda enthusiast, always brag that Honda provides some of the best machinery out there when it comes to mechanics and technology. But every bike or every car, every vehicle you have needs some kind of repair, even if it's maintenance. Now the videos I watch, guys, this motorcycle disassembles like a complex puzzle. All of the plastic and stuff on this bike is just ridiculous to remove. One of the YouTubers call it fantastic plastic. I don't know about all of that. But a couple of commenters in different videos made the comment, man, if you want things done right, you got to do it yourself. I've watched Mo's motorcycle journey as he does all the repairs. He even did a restoration for his dad on the older Honda Goldwing. But I was encouraged to pick up that repair manual from Fred Harmon's website on the repair of the Generation 6 Honda Goldwing. Guys, when you listen to this guy's voice, how calm he is, how knowledgeable he is about the repairs of this motorcycle. Chris Caliente. You know, I watched 2 different videos on the removal of the front wheel of this motorcycle, different tricks and techniques. I am convinced I can do it. As I'm having my garage being built in the back, I thought the biggest deal was someplace to store this motorcycle as it's disassembled, places to put your parts, so you have your parts and your bolts and stuff like that in sequence. As I was doing the lights on my motorcycle, I realized that there were certain fasteners and clips that were missing on the bike, and I'm assuming it was that those were doing the disassembly of the motorcycle. You know, I have done plenty of repairs, more challenging repairs, I believe, than the things that I'll be doing with the Honda Goldwing. I have done back in the days. I remember 88 RX-7 turbo engine swap, removing some of the tiles from my roof and hooking up a come along as my awesome wife helped me line that engine up as I did the engine swap throughout the night. 88 RX-7 turbo 2 J-spec engine, upgraded turbo. What a job that was. I must have been crazy, but you know what, I think in 2 days I had that car on the road running. Have done 87 super turbo head gasket. I think I am capable to be a do-it-yourself guy on the Honda Goldwing. And there is going to be a certain amount of satisfaction as you are doing these things. I encourage folks, you let me know what you think in the in the comment section below. I was watching a Craig Hainsworth video and I saw his bike disassembled over the winter time as he was changing his filter. And now with the jobs that I've taken on, guys, I've recently done through a YouTube video and a download manual the clutch on the Suzuki Boulevard M109R, and was shocked of how easy that clutch was. Leave it in the comment section below whether you think working on this motorcycle is the nightmare that it appears to be, or it's not so bad. Like I said, I picked up that for less than $100. I ordered that Fred Harmon video. I've been watching the different videos and I see lots of replacement. Lots of clips being removed. There's a sequence, like I said, a complex puzzle of how this thing is disassembled and reassembled. But you know what? I am about to take that task on. I think I'll be fine, folks. But the idea of someone working on this bike and not being patient, what you're paying for, folks, is time. The time that it takes for them to either figure it out or the headaches they think is involved in working on this motorcycle. But a lot of folks that we're dealing with is jack of all trades. What I'm going to recommend is that you get yourself a foot-pound and an inch-pound torque wrench. Torque your bolts down to specs, especially when you're dealing with stuff like axles and so forth. Now, this is not expert advice. This is just my opinion. If you can get replacement clips for this motorcycle, which I intend to order on Amazon Prime, that's what I intend to do. It's easy to lose clips. It's easy to break clips. But the goal going forward is to work on the Honda Goldwing myself, so I'm satisfied with the job that's done, instead of paying these exorbitant prices and don't know who the hell is working on my bike. Anyway, folks, I am going to wrap this video up a little longer than I planned to make it, but I am out for some throttle therapy, bringing you guys along, encouraging you guys to work on your own motorcycle, as I've been encouraged in the comment section. You know, Fred Harmon in his videos also say if there's a conflict between what he's saying and the manual I've seen online for about $200, I'm going to be purchasing that from Amazon. He refers to the manual as the Bible. So as he's preaching what he's preaching, he's saying that if there's any conflict in anything he says, go to the Bible, go to the manual. Anyway, folks, this is a video about my decision to work on the Honda Goldwing. I've already chosen to work on the M109R myself. But yeah, hopefully save myself some money, have the peace of mind that whatever is done right. But, you know, anyway, folks, like I always say in my videos, add some protection to your motorcycle, get in these parking lots, do these advanced safety classes, do the braking and swerving, and I don't care what you ride. It's better that you drop your bike on the concourse or on the parking lot than to crash them out there on the streets. Rich out on Ruby, my 2019 Honda Goldwing, and I am out.